Hello and welcome once again aboard JulieCity. I hope you're doing well and you're safe. Thank you for clicking in to watch today's video. You're highly appreciated. Yes, so today I'm going to be sharing my awful holiday. Yeah, my nightmare holiday. As a travel nurse, you always look forward to going back home to see family because obviously you've been away for a while. I've been away for about 8 weeks from home, and I was so looking forward to going back to my home, my family, and my usual routine. So we had all this plan with my husband, with our kids, grown-up kids, with my friends, and all of that. And guess what? On arrival, I met my husband really poorly, and it turned out he had COVID. And 3 days down the line, I tested positive for COVID. And honestly, you know what COVID is like. So isolation. It was so bad for me. It's my first ever COVID since the 2020 pandemic started, and we've managed to escape it until it finally hit our home. And I'm going to let you watch some of the clips because I was so poorly for like 48 hours. I had all the symptoms: shortness of breath, everything, runny nose, cough, chest, headache, tiredness, loss of taste, loss of smell, sense of smell. Even while I'm making this video, I still don't really smell anything. So yeah, it was a rough. Hi. This is me, my first day of COVID positive test. I'm on my bed. Um, as the time is going, the symptoms are really getting severe. I think yesterday evening I just felt a bit unwell. I just kind of, probably because of my medical background, I kind of felt like my body is beginning to battle with an infection. By this morning, I felt like my throat was a bit sore and a bit of shortness of breath. So I double gloved for everything. My husband is down with it, and that was my obvious contact. So I've tried my best to keep everything, but I guess it's too close for comfort. I'm glad I'm getting it when it has mellowed down. So hopefully my body will be able to do the job effectively. Symptoms so far, as at when I'm making this video, I'm having a bit of a runny nose. My throat is not as sore as it was early hours of this morning, but I'm feeling a bit chesty and a bit of phlegm in my cough. But I'm stuck in here, but I'm putting a good vibe to it. Whenever I get the chance, I begin to do my dance moves. Head over to my TikTok and see what I'm up to. Anyway, feeling quite like kind of my head is getting stuffed, but I pray it stops at this and my body is able to fight it off. It has kept it away for these 3 years. Now I've been penned on the COVID register. I hope my body is able to do the job. I'm hoping so. I'm praying so. So put me in your prayers. I guess by the time you'll be seeing this video, hopefully I would have recovered. Today is my second day, the day following my COVID positive test, and I'm still on my bed isolating from the rest of the house. My husband is still isolating. It's his fifth day and he's still testing positive. He's a bit disappointed, but it's only my third day of symptoms, so I still have a bit of days to go. So I'm not even going to bother doing any test until probably tomorrow evening, which will be my day 4. Or if I can be patient enough, I'll just leave it until the morning of my day 5, which will be on Thursday, and I'll hope for a negative. But I'm still symptomatic, still a bit chesty, still a bit breathless, coughing, runny nose, a bit of runny nose. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to have a headache, but I'm not having a headache. Still feel a bit like flu-like, like feverish. So yeah, I'm on top of my pain relief and loads of cups of teas, my herbal teas and all of that, just to keep the system going. Hopefully that will flush out whatever needs to flush out and get my body back on track. I've not had the chance to dance today because I had a bit of a rough night, and this morning has not been so good with me, but I'm braving it and I know I'm beating this. As soon as I get the chance, honestly, I'll be dancing on the floor. I might tire myself out anyway, but hopefully if I do a bit of shaking, my chest will clear a bit. That's where I am. Positive vibes all the way. I managed to call my work and inform them of all the updates. So that's it. Updated my results on the NHS website. It's a bit complicated now trying to get test results or even doing a PCR, but I think most of them now accept the lateral flow as long as it's registered in your name on the NHS web page. Then you can be issued a certificate. So that's where I'm at now. I'm quite sluggish, but I'm trying my best. I think I'm not even feeling in the mood for a movie. I managed to watch one last night in between my struggles just to keep me going. I couldn't sleep, but I took my nighttime lamp sleep, and I think that knocked me off about 1 a.m. But I was up by 6, and I've been up since then. My baby boy is still negative. That's my youngest one. This morning he did his test. He's still negative. I'm hoping that he will stay negative. He was the last one to receive the vaccine, so I'm thinking probably he still has quite a bit of it in his system, because I will feel uncomfortable traveling back to my place of assignment if he's poorly. And so yeah, that's what it is, what it is at this point. Hi. Um, Today is Tuesday. It has not been a good day for me today with this COVID thing. From yesterday, I thought I had a bad day, but overnight was horrible. And I've not really left my night dress all day. And last night was, I can't tell you how I felt. At some point, I broke down into tears. But I think I just had my bath now. I find the last 3 days bath time is very soothing. So I just had a long bath and I kind of feel better than how it has been all day. My shortness of breath is right now, but it was quite intense overnight and rough. It was meant to be a 1 week holiday at home. I ended up with nearly 3 weeks. But I'm at the end of the day, I'm glad that I'm doing well. I'm glad my husband is fully recovered. Our baby boy, our youngest one, managed to escape it. So yeah, we are so grateful to God. And so I just want you to know that COVID is still out there and threatening. Yeah, you might say, do people still die? Yes, but a lot of people have been immune naturally or by vaccines. I personally have had all my vaccines. My husband, my entire family, we are all 3 doses into our vaccines. We were just preparing to have our booster one for this winter when all this struck. So we have to wait. I think after you've been exposed to COVID, you have to wait for about 4 to 6 weeks before you can have another dose. So that's where we are. I tried to keep a daily journal of how I was feeling, but at some point I was too sick to continue. So I did the first few. Yeah, it was awful, honestly. I don't know. But kudos to those who had the original COVID. I call it the original because in 2020, people had no idea what it was. Medications were barely unavailable. There was no medical knowledge of it. It was hard. Imagine 3 years down the line, even though I had only 2 rough days, it was terrible. Honestly, at some point, I just lost it. But at the end of the day, I'm here. My husband is here, and we're just so grateful. So please be safe and be careful. If don't take it for granted. You know, people will say you've had it. Yes, I've had it, but it's not a one-off. You can still have it again. And the thing is, you don't know how it affects the next person. You might have a mild one. The other person who might get it through you might not be so lucky. And again, you know, there is the long COVID. Yeah, there are complications resulting from COVID. Some people get away with it, nothing happens. Others still suffer from things as simple as still not able to smell or taste anything, to kidney problem, liver problems, respiratory problems on a long-term basis. So that's why it's important that you look after yourself. Remember, your health is your wealth. Anyway, do you know the most annoying thing about my COVID? So you're meant to isolate 5 days from the day you tested positive or from the day you had your symptoms, and up to 10 days if you're going to be exposed to vulnerable people, and if you're going out you wear your mask and all of that. Hopefully by your day 5 you begin to do a test to confirm if you are negatives, and you need to have 2 negatives to determine that you are clear, although there are a few changes to the rule. Guess what? It took until the 11th day before I got my first negative. Honestly, I was fed up with COVID. And I didn't want to take chances. I didn't want to be the source of somebody else's infection. So I tried my best to isolate in my home until that 11th day. I think one of the days I went out to the park, took a walk, and it was a massive park. I barely came across anybody. So I could just feel free and draw energy from nature and the greens around me, like you can see. So yeah, it wasn't easy at all. But finally, 12 days later, I got an all clear, so I could come out, and I was able to go sort myself out and prepare myself for work. I'm back now to my place of assignment, and I'm looking forward to work and recuperate. Anyway, I just thought I could share this experience with you. Please don't take COVID for granted. I wish it was like chicken pox, so that when you get it once in a lifetime. But honestly, this COVID is just something else, because apparently the most safest you are now, even with natural immunity, is 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, it's possible to get it again. You can get it after 3 months, but I know a lot of people who had it previously. 6 months later, they are getting it. I know loads of people who have taken vaccines, and like myself, and after 6 months we are getting it. I know I've had questions like, oh, so what's the need of the vaccine now, taking the vaccine? If you've been a follower of my channel, you know that I was a huge promoter of getting the vaccine, and I still say I'm happy I had my vaccine, and if the situation were to arise again, I will have my vaccine again. And whatever boosters come, I will take it. I don't want to take myself for granted, because there's nothing more precious than you, not more precious than your health. It's only a healthy person that can be looking for money, only a healthy person that can talk of something else. So I won't take chances, I won't gamble with my body. So yes, please make sure that you look after yourself at the end of the day. Till I see you next time, have you subscribed? If you have not, this is the time to do so. Go on, click the subscription button and the notification bell so that you'll be updated each time I upload. Don't forget, if you found this useful, like, share, and most of all, leave your comments in the comment section. I really would love to hear from you. What are your experiences? Have you ever had COVID? If you've had it, have you had the second time? What do you think? Do you think it's becoming rampant, or in your area is no longer that rampant? Let me hear from you. Till I see you next time, don't forget, your health is your wealth. Bye.